All right. Hey everyone. Testing out live streaming with YouTube. Thinking I might give this a chance. You know what? I think while I wait for anyone to show up, I am going to play Atari Flashback Classics. I've been trying to find the secret Easter egg and adventure. Okay, I think that I'm gonna have to move the phone vertically to get more of a close-up. Yeah, that looks better. Okay, and I just realized sorry, I forgot to put the TV making noise as well. Yeah, if I use the earbuds for it, see? No noise. Okay, I think I'm just gonna have to mute the switches volume then. And then let the TV audio do its thing. Alright. Yeah, this is where I left off before. There we go. Yeah, so the reason I really want to find that Easter egg is because of Ready Player One. If you haven't seen Ready Player One, this is a mild spoil. Okay, I'd have to spoil it for. I'd have to spoil it if I explained it. Oh, come on. But I really have to say, this is oddly addicting trying to find that Easter egg, knowing that it's there. Obviously, if you were around when this game came out, like when my dad was a kid, you'd have been far less likely to know about the Easter egg. Today, you can pretty much find out anything you want about a video game just by going on the internet. Well, in my case, I found out about it by watching a movie. Yeah, I talked all about my how Ready Player One influenced my life when in that one video. Uh-oh. The purple thing's stuck in there. Oh, I've got to lower the bit rate. Hold on. Yeah, it looks like it'll be fine. Alright. Where's that bitrate adjustment? Oh, wait, it's lower. It needs to be higher, but it's saying good connection, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. Alright, where to now? Oh, come on. Okay, you know what? I feel like playing something else. Got any preferences for any games you'd want to see me play? I'm not inclined to open up Echoes of Wisdom because that's the game I'm currently playing. I should say that's my primary video game, as I call it. You know what? I just realized I've still got some Pokemon that I need to bring in from Pokemon Home. You know what? I haven't played Mario Kart 8 Deluxe in a while, and I also kind of want to show off my 3-star gold trophies. Yeah, that's right. I've got 3-star gold trophies across the board. Oh, I see. Would One Night Stand be against TOS? I mean, we can. I mean, it would be fun to test the limits just to see what. I think I might do it just to see what happens. But really quick, I just want to show off Grand Prix, 3-star gold trophies, every difficulty level. If I'm being completely honest, I barely play Mario Kart 8 Deluxe now because there's nothing left for me to do. I've got all the perfect trophies. Okay, so you know what? The way I see it, if One Night Stand is allowed to be sold on the digital stores, then I think it I don't think it'll be a problem. Okay, here we go. So yeah, this is gonna. I think I'll pull up the endings guide to see. Okay, I'll try to keep it at a moderate pace while I. Yeah, I'm opening up this guide I bookmarked for the different endings. Yeah, this is gonna be a little text heavy, so you know what? I'm not too worried about it being a TOS issue. There it is. I know where it is because I've played this so much now. It's honestly something I like to come back to every now and then just because. I don't know, I just thought the premise was interesting when I found it. Oh boy. This never gets old. It's only the words, YouTube. It's not the actual. They're not actually showing it. Okay, this is probably pushing it. Yeah, who else's room could it be? Wow, Gary. Okay, that doesn't seem like the nicest thing to have done. You know what? I'm gonna. Uh, which one should I do? You know what? I don't think Gary needs to know. Alright, let's see. And the phone is dead. Do, do, do. R.I.P. phone. You will be missed. Alright, I think I'm going to have to Commander Oppo this. How rude. Huh. Okay. I know all the different possible endings to get. You know what? I'm just going to do this one because I kind of want to move on to a different game. Oh, yes, they call him the Streak. I'm sorry, this ending is just hilarious. It's just an outline, YouTube. You know, you can tell this game was made in the UK because they spelled realize with an S instead of a Z. Yeah, that did go pretty badly. Alright, that was my little dose of hilarity for the night. Yeah, this is just the baseline for live streams I'm going to want to do going forward. They're not really going to be video game focused, but they are definitely going to be... Well, I wouldn't call that the good ending. The good ending is where she plays the guitar for you. But this ain't that kind of But I just felt like getting it over with quickly. So yeah, there's these are the Pikmin games that I played through. Oh wait, I need to switch it back to. Those are the Pikmin games that I played through over the course of November. I beat Pikmin 1 in a mere 2 days over the course of the 3rd and the 4th. And unlike the Wii U version, I got to 100%. Pikmin 2 took me about a week or so. That's when I really started going all in. Pikmin 3 Deluxe, I spent an entire Saturday on that. And then Pikmin 4, I think it took me about a week to complete it. I know that my playtime was about 36 hours. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend particularly going out of your way to play video games that much over the course of the day. It's actually why I canceled a bunch of streaming services that I'm going to talk about in a future video. But yeah, I'm down to just Apple TV Plus as part of Apple One Premiere and Prime Video as part of Amazon Prime. And I'm paying to remove the ads because, as I mentioned before, I hate advertisements. I do not want to be advertised to. And I will do my best not to advertise to you. You know what? I'm going to see if I can get those Pokemon. So yeah, you can be... So I watched this Aaron Clarey video about how you don't really need all these streaming services and that maybe it's for the better to do other things instead of watching that much TV. And if you watch just a small, healthy amount, he said that buying the DVDs at Walmart would be cheaper. Personally, as someone who doesn't want to have to deal with the hassle of setting up a DVD or a Blu-ray player, not to mention as someone who has a huge library of digitally purchased movies and shows from years ago that I still have. Oh, those are the Pokemon that I transferred in, by the way. I'm emptying Pokemon Go into Pokemon Home while I still have the subscription. And then in June, it's going to expire. But by then, I'll have started a save file each for Let's Go Pikachu, Sword, basically all the Pokemon games on the Switch, or at least one version of each one. So Brilliant Diamond, not really going to worry about Shining Pearl, Sword or Shield, Legends Arceus, and Scarlet or Violet. Yeah, I also thought about just deleting the Pokemon Go account and then deleting the Pokemon games from my Switch, but I decided, nah, I used the My Nintendo coins on the, what was it? The Pokemon Home subscription, so I may as well use it now. Use it to store some useful Pokemon and then just download them where needed, or in the case of Let's Go Pikachu, just connect directly to it and then go from there. Yeah, I actually had to purge some games, some smaller games, because I'm running out of space with my micro SD card, and I have the pre-order of Donkey Kong Country Returns HD coming up. But anyway, going back to the whole thing about the TV and movie consumption, Aaron Clarey made a really good point about how there are better things to do than watch a lot of TV. Like, even if I'm not like going out and such, I'm beginning to think I might actually prefer doing and watching YouTube live streams because it's a good way to connect with people. Obviously, there's a parasocial element, but it's a much better way to do it than just... Probably better than just watching something, especially if you're zoning out. Like, I decided not to bother finishing Skeleton Crew or Creature Commandos, the two shows from the streaming services I canceled this week, because I found myself kind of zoning out or feeling like I was struggling to bring myself to watch it. Like, oh, I have this episode to watch. No, now I'm not worried about it. I mean, I liked Creature Commandos enough that once the finale comes out, it'll eventually be available to purchase, because Warner Brothers is a lot nicer about making their stuff available for purchase on the digital stores. Like, for example, I could buy Peacemaker Season 1 for $20 right now if I really wanted to. I would watch one episode a day, get 8 days worth out of it. Yeah, something I realized with digital purchases is that it lets you actually respect every individual purchase you make rather than just paying for access to the entire library of whichever streaming service. Yeah, the way I see it, I now have to actually be selective about what I watch on my Saturday movies because spending spending between $6 and $20, actually as little as $4, depending on how old of a release it is. But if it's not a Apple or Amazon original, I am going to have to shell out $20 if it's a really new release, $6 if it's an older release, $4 if it's much further out from the past. My Saturday movie is up to a year ago for that, and that just enters a whatever I feel like void. And again, it requires me to have standards, so I don't just gravitate towards whatever Netflix original catches my interest. Oh, I found out that it was just poorly written slop. That's not all of them. What was it? Carry On was actually pretty good. It was a good way, it's a good send off for my Netflix subscription for a month until. I just realized I could have kept it for another month starting on the 15th. I could have kept it until the day that Cobra Kai, his final episodes dropped, watched it, boom, cancel, bye. But I wasn't willing to pay an extra $23 in the grand scheme of things, because I would have had to pay another $23 on the 15th of December, and I don't know what I would have watched. Whereas my plan now is I'm going to reactivate it on the 14th. I am going to watch 2 episodes of Cobra Kai every day. On average, might shuffle them around as needed. But then ultimately be done by the 12th of February. So that on the 13th, I can watch the final 5 episodes, hit cancel on Netflix afterward, and then by the 15th, I will be free of Netflix. Yeah, and I think Paramount Plus the episode TV shows also come to streaming eventually anyway. Those two, let's go exploring together. Now, if you happen to get a 7-day free trial, that's good. The downside, is you gotta finish by a certain time so that you don't have to pay for it. Yeah, I'm actually making a list of movies to use that free trial for. So, Smile 2 is in my Saturday queue now because I skipped it at the theater, but the reviewer who I trust actually gave it a 7 out of 10. But at that time, I was still feeling really burned from the torture that was Joker 2. So, yeah, this is why I'm going to the movies less and less. I am actually on hiatus from that until May. Something's really got to earn my money, my time, my effort. It has to be like a big screen worthy movie now. Anything that isn't like. Anything that doesn't have big screen worthy visuals, I think can wait for stream. Well, digital purchase or rental. Streaming if you happen to have the service. Digital rental if I hear good things about it. Digital purchase if I've seen it, I liked it, I will buy it, and I can rewatch it. And I will respect that particular movie or show because I spent the money on it, on that specific thing, not as part of an omnibus. So yeah, I'm curious to see what happens with more of these. Unfortunately, Disney Plus originals aren't being made available. Huh, I just realized that I didn't have the microphone on for the LB Plus cam part. That's where I was doing the desktop thing. Alright, I'm gonna. Oh, there we go. Alright, Andor, the only show I really want to watch on Disney Plus right now. Nothing. Now it'll show up in the iPhone app or on the Apple TV device. But as you just saw, it's not available on my MacBook unless I sign into Disney Plus from the browser. God, I just realized I'm going to have to make a decision of whether I'm going to actually spend the money on Disney Plus to watch Andor as it comes out. Wait to find out if it's not sabotaged, if it's not the season 2 equivalent of a Joker 2. I mean, if Tony Gilroy is running the show, I have a little more faith, but honestly, I don't know if I want to I think I'll wait and see what others say about the premiere. If others say it's it's still that good, I will sign up for Disney Plus. I will pay 2 to 3 months worth just for that. Maybe finish Skeleton Crew while I'm there. You know, it's really disappointing because yeah, I never said I had high hopes for Andor season 2. I just think it'll actually be actually good. Not somewhat watchable, would recommend for the most part, like Skeleton Crew. And it's definitely not a big middle finger to anyone who enjoyed what came before, like the Acolyte was. The Acolyte is Star Wars' Joker 2. The Acolyte is basically a middle finger to anyone who liked who liked Star Wars in the first place, if I'm being honest. With the whole questioning of what is actually evil. Honestly, again, I am very glad that I canceled my Hulu, Disney, and Max bundle. You know what? It's a small price to pay to not have to not spend as much money on something that was honestly feeling less like a actual less like something I enjoyed and more like an obligation of sorts. Again, I think we need to go back to a system of individual rentals or purchases. Do that less often and it'll be better for, because there are objectively better things to do with your time and money, as I've realized. It's not really the money thing anymore that I'm worried about, it's more about the time. So, I like to spend the time. I'm finding I like to spend time on other things, or I don't want to be tethered to my TV setup. Okay, I know I don't really go out, but still, I also don't want to feel like I have to watch multiple episodes a day just to get my money's worth. Or I don't want to feel like, oh, I have to get my money's worth for it. I can be like, okay. I feel like watching something tonight. I got all my YouTube stuff done. Let's see. It's kind of like this this banned books and dangerous ideas teacher I had for it was a class I took in college. He actually once told me that the reason I didn't have as much time to read was because I played video games. I'm realizing he's not completely wrong. Don't get me wrong. Video games are still fun. Like you saw what I was trying to do with the adventure. But yeah, I'm thinking he had a point. You know what? I'd say more for movies and TV. It's actually cheaper to buy a season or a series, spread out over a longer period of time, and you can either play play more video games, and then, oh, I'll watch an episode while I'm eating dinner. Oh, I will watch an episode with my snack. I actually had a thing of my lightly salted chips before I started doing this. yeah, this is... Honestly, it feels nice not to feel like I'm watching this because I have to get my money's worth for this streaming service. You know what? That actually reminds me I need to go and purge the... I need to go purge the originally scheduled watching of Surface, this show on Apple TV Plus I was thinking about getting into. I've decided, as Captain America, as Steve Rogers said at the end of Endgame, spoilers for an over 5-year-old movie that pretty much everyone saw. No, I don't think I will. Yeah, if I show you my older calendars, I'm not gonna show you my calendars because that has some private information. But I can tell you right now, over the years, I've overcrowded my evenings with too many episodes of TV because I wanted to finish by a certain point to get my money's worth for the streaming services, or I wanted to wrap up before I canceled one. Like when I was watching through Cobra Kai, I binged basically half of the series up to that point in a mere week. Actually, I think it was in 2 days. 3. No, yeah, 3. I don't regret it because I didn't want to have to pay the $23 for another month of Netflix I didn't want to use. But still, maybe it would have been worth it to pay that and then spread it out thinner. That's what I'm going to do with it this time because last time I don't think I used Netflix as much when I had it from November 15th to December 14th. So this time with Cobra Kai for the final block of episodes, since it's a new year, I'm going to rewatch all the episodes up to last November over the course of the month, and then I'm going to watch the new episodes on the second to last day of it, and then on the last day before my next billing day, hit cancel, and then no more Netflix. Hopefully they release Cobra Kai for digital purchase. I really wish they would just do that at this point. All I will say, that $23 for 1 month of Netflix is probably going to be cheaper than what would probably be $50 or $60 for the whole show. A lot of the prices can vary. I'm going to do a separate stream another time just dedicated to comparing the price of buying a series box set for shows like The Office or such on the digital stores, because pretty much everything that isn't a streaming original is available to purchase on the digital stores, and a lot of streaming originals are being made available for digital purchase anyway. I'm only saying the digital purchase because it's more convenient than buying the disc. And having to load it up, and you have it available to download to your phone or other device in general, like what I prefer to do. Alright, so I think I've got all the test data I need for this live stream. I'll be back with more, and I will also actually schedule them going forward. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.